I think that pretty much sums it up, guys. You can strike up the band on the East Coast. Looks like Hurricane Joaquin is not coming to town this weekend. Scenario number 3, which I talked about this morning in my blog post, will come to fruition. The European model reigns king. And once again, American, Canadian, European, Japanese, whatever models you were looking at, or I guess I was looking at, because you guys don't look at models all day, and like me, reigns supreme in terms of the European. So let's take a look at it. Hurricane Joaquin's very strong right now. Unfortunately, it's battering the Bahamas. This is not a nice situation to see. We have a defined eye now. Winds are gusting at 130 miles per hour. And the problem is this thing's just not going to drift west enough, and it's going to drift too far south where, in terms of the overall pressure pattern, the European won. It got it right. It really understands the steering flow of the atmosphere much better, obviously, than the other models. Give you an idea, this is our storm this weekend. This is Joaquin. And this is always a matter of, is this digging low pressure on the East Coast going to capture this storm and bring it back in? Or is this low pressure out here, which are the remnants of a storm system called Ida, are they going to pull it the other way? And the remnants of Ida are going to win this tug of war. If this was not here and we had all high pressure, well, then it's an easy forecast. This turns right in, and we don't even have to be having these debates. But it now is apparent from everything I'm looking at that this storm is not going to affect the eastern seaboard. Okay. Again, you can see as time goes on, this gets sucked out. This trough does not catch it. And, you know, if you have plans to fly to Europe early next week and this weekend, about 2 hours into your flight, you might be able to look out the window and see our storm Joaquin. But, again, very powerful hurricane. It's just I don't see it hitting the East Coast. Hurricane tracks right now, there are still models that are hitting the East Coast. The National Hurricane Center still has their cone, showing that it could hit the East Coast. They just changed this, by the way. But, look, I'm driving home from work. I see flashing signs. I see state of emergencies, and they're going to have to take those down because it does not look like this storm is going to hit. What would have to happen, like I said, is the models have to have an error where they're not taking this too far enough west, so it has more interaction with that trough that's going to be digging down. But again, these models, when we start to get to certain points, are pretty good, and the consistency I'm saying says, you know what, throw in the towel, game, set, match, Ida is no more. Thanks for following, guys. I appreciate it. Don't forget the winter forecast is coming out on Monday, October 16th, so you'll get my take on, is it going to be a cold winter? Are we going to get snow, or is it going to be a mild winter? So I know some of you want the former, others want the latter. So thanks for checking in, and I'll have one more update tomorrow morning in case anything changes tonight.